Speaking of some of the casting, Turbo, you ever just read a thesaurus for fun?
So, actually, no. I just like reading a lot, like independently, and so
That's
there's
valid.
just lots of
It's basically the
lots of
same
words
thing.
that find
Read
their way
some
around.
Brandon
Yeah,
Sanderson, and it's like reading a thesaurus.
lots of it. True.
Words,
Actually,
words on
true.
paper.
Words, a little bit of radiance that come through that really just get into the mind and bring you down to earth as we are getting right into things. Absolutely no waiting from these two. And it's going to be a new character for the side of the Cobalt Guard that we haven't seen tonight in the Snake, who has been incredibly strong. And the Ensign on the other side wasn't able to pick up a win earlier today, but certainly looking to see if he can turn that one around. But already we're seeing what this Snake honestly does best, and that is just tacking on the percent and shutting down parts of the stage.
Yeah, it was a quick early percent from the Snake. You saw the Z drop nades both exploded, and then a dash attack, and it was just 40% immediately.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the mortar canceling out the throw is crazy.
That's good,
And I
though.
mean,
That's what
these
percent.
mortars have just been very well timed. We're seeing finally a little bit of damage responded back by the instant, but I mean, just one of the difficulties is the entire stage is just off limits, it feels sometimes, against this Snake, as another up special will do it. I mean, it does just have so much knockback, and here on Town and City, you've always got to watch. If you land on that side platform, this instant can take you down early, but so can the back air as a Snake takes this first stock, but not without quite a fight coming in from the instant.
Honestly, if I'm Ensign here, I'm just gonna stand on a mine purposefully in some situations and use the revenge. I feel like it's like sort of a strat if you're, you know, looking like you're going to avoid it and then like standing on it for too long and trying to bait them into it. I feel like that could be a vibe maybe once or twice. But I really would love to see more of the revenge from Team Waka here.
I think the revenge comes out faster than the C4 as well. So if once he hears the there and the beep, like he can put that down B out and eat that.
You gotta have some mighty reflexes if you want to time that, but he's still not. I don't know if he has to know that he can clothesline with the Alolan Whip, right?
Yeah, I think the online makes it definitely pretty tough.
Yeah. Well, that'll kill anyway, so maybe you don't have to.
Who needs it? Who needs it?
I think you can get there. But you know, this is what you want to see if you're a Team Waka fan, right? Obviously, there was that opening, just oppressive 50% coming through. But if we see a couple more grabs,
There it
a couple
is.
more clotheslines,
Let's
we
go.
see the revenge finally pop
Get it
off.
to him.
As we're not going to see the extra tech dropped there, but still, lots of rage. Has a little bit, actually doesn't have the extra revenge.
Oh, wow.
There
That's
it is,
what
a
I'm
perfect
talking about
revenge to
right there.
deny
That's-
the spike. I mean, it's those little moments that can really define a series like this.
And the other thing is Z dropping the nades on stage is also preventing the Incineroar from just going for an easy side B. So he's kind of approaching with the up B a little bit, and we haven't gotten to see him use that revenge yet. Still sitting there. I think it's gone now. But even
Does have rage though.
the side B, okay, yes.
It's good. Okay, he'll.
No,
oh,
the box!
The box is gonna give him.
Oh my god, disrespect.
Incredible. Incredible.
He was reading the roll in.
Hoping to go one way or the other.
Perfect.
Yeah, I like the usage there, but again, he's gotta find some value from it.
Hasn't been able to land anything while he's got that extra power, and instead it is just projectile after projectile. And I mean, that is just one of the incredibly frustrating things about the Snake. It's not just the Z drops you got to worry about. It is those mortars returning to Earth. It's about watching for where those C4s can be.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he caught himself.
Oh, he
A
didn't
little
get
bit
the
of a-
infinite recovery yet. You saw him putting the
looking-
mine down to try and explode and then get another recovery, but just fell too far down.
He just wanted
you
to
could
re-up
tell-
on some gum from the bottom of the
You
stage.
could tell the snake's been in the lab. Like, this is a different snake than what we've seen previously from Cobalt. Sorry, I was.
Quick 32.
30%
That could've
though, that would have
killed,
killed.
Yeah, that could have killed if he got the timing.
I mean,
Roll
still,
out. Don't roll in. Okay.
oh, that
Yeah,
jab
and
string
that-
not working,
yeah.
and it's the jab
Oh,
the other
no.
way that'll
There's-
finish the job. Team Waka, though, certainly showing some fight. Might have gotten a little extra help from the stage, but still, I think that this instant is going to be something to watch when it's not up against the Snake, right? I think we see it into the Ike, we see it into something else where you're not getting peppered by bomb after bomb.
Yeah, I will say this exact matchup happened about 2 months ago in their first meeting, and it went basically the same. It went 1-0 in favor of the Snake into the Instant Aurora. Do we expect to see... So the other matchups, just so you guys know, were Bowser Jr. into the Byleth and the Captain Falcon into the Ike. We're not going to see the Captain Falcon to the Ike, obviously. But there is a potential we see the Bowser Jr. back into the Byleth.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Byleth coming out second here, and maybe closing out with the Ike, or the Ike, getting slotted in for the second match and using the comfort and the heat that came from his prior series of playing a ton of Ike.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I think getting the Snake off the board gives you a lot of different options going into game 2 and even later down in the series. The Ike, the flexibility to have your best player available late in a series is so big in this league, simply because usually you want your better players to get you wins early, leaving kind of like the back end of your roster to close games. Some people like to play like that. I do personally. Mm-hmm. But I know some people like to keep their stronger characters last. But the issue with that is, if you start losing at the start, you never give yourself a chance to close the series with your best player, So you always have to adapt mid-series. But getting the Snake off early is huge here for Cobalt. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think if you're Waka in this situation, maybe you're pulling out some comfort here and going for the Bowser Jr.
Good.
And I started that sentence before we saw who it was, and that's who I was gonna say. But yeah, we are seeing the Lemmy against predominantly the Ivysaur that we've seen in the past.
Crypt Red, Hotel Trivago. Let's see if Waka can get a win here.
So on paper, this is the 4-3 Bowser Jr. against the 0-4 Ivysaur. So on paper, this looks good for Waka. But again, very interesting. Dash attack from Ivysaur beats the cart from Bowser Jr. Maybe it's a timing thing. But on paper, this looks good for Waka. This goes into comfort. But the Ivysaur in the
on
right
screen,
hand
though.
is very, very good.
Yeah, I was going to say, even though the Ivysaur hasn't been able to pick up a win, it's certainly been close a lot of the times that it's popped out, and there's certainly a lot of comfort coming through. As that's a good timing on the jump back into stage. Is won't get hit by the claw, but and looking to see that this Lemmy is finding his way back into this matchup again. Still hasn't fallen quite yet, so still opportunities.
My God.
As that cannonball certainly would have killed if it landed. Great DI from the Ivy.
That's back there should kill, yeah.
It will. But it was a really good response from the Bowser Jr. Tacking on 77% after basically unanswered until the stock was taken there. So I think if you don't let Cobalt get too much of a lead and an up air string into an up B,
because it really Cobalt seems to really like having you above him.
Yes.
Playing.
I mean, if you've looked at the frame data,
Yeah, I was gonna say
the Ivysaur, the up smash or not the up smash, the up air covers about half the screen. So usually if you stay beneath your opponent, and even the down air is a really useful tool, and it hits very, very hard. So those are the two moves that, very quick. And I mean, he could have used it there, but instead of up to the up B, just very good tools here in the Ivysaur. There is the spike.
Forward tilt, now looking for the spike instead. Not going to finish the job, but still commanding performance just coming out of this Ivysaur. It's incredibly quick and certainly showing that he's not lacking for kill options. We'll see it traded back just with the falling cart.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. But maybe a little bit of lag we're seeing here. Is this the Squirtle for real? I think
maybe he's been in the lab. I mean, if the Pokemon trainer is anything like the Snake, then he's definitely put some practice in, and maybe he's learned some combos on the Squirtle. It looks like he's trying to put something together here.
Yeah, and we know that the Squirtle is good traditionally in that early game or early stock scenario, right? A lot of the combos are relatively true, and the aerial game is very good.
Oh, he's dead.
No.
Oh, never mind. He's coming back. I didn't know. I didn't. Yes. The zooming in of the map kind of threw me off.
crazy to see that the shell somehow survives that cannonball and is just able to make it through, but a lot of damage coming back down. I'm surprised we don't see the swap to the Ivysaur anytime soon.
Or the
Maybe
Charizard,
he's
to
just
be
trying to
honest.
see if he can do it.
I was gonna say
Staying-
this might just be a statement being made.
Yeah, but staying on the Squirtle up past kind of 40% is you asking to die to anything because he's so
Yeah.
he might be one of the lighter characters in the roster, if not the lightest. Probably Pichu might be close, but listen, it's his game. So
Seeing a confidence right now that's
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think
it's very similar to like how Aegis is played, right? When you get above a certain percentage, you're swapping to the Pyra for those finishers. The same way that usually, traditionally,
wow, the guy down, he lives.
good DI. Traditionally, we see a switch to the Ivy or the Charizard at this sort of percentage.
Uh-oh.
and,
Flare Blitz?
Flare Blitz. It's
Flare
coming.
Blitz.
Oh, okay, back
Not
there.
even.
Back here.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
The,
I love how we all
the,
just
the
knew,
immediate
like, Flare
doubt
Blitz,
in
Flare
any
Blitz.
person that swaps to Charizard.
I mean, it's just Banjo-Kazooie's
If he-
feathers without
If he comes
feathers.
out, Merchant. If Charizard is on screen, Merchant.
I mean, it's just confirmed. Can't think otherwise, but it was very clean. I think that was a back air.
Yeah, it was
from
back
the
Yeah, it was just a
Charizard.
back air.
But yeah, so
And-
supposedly
yeah.
two of the weaker characters on Cobalt's roster are out, and now it's like you pick the Isabelle, you pick the Byleth, you pick the Ike. I mean,
Well,
it's
they're organized by games played, so it doesn't mean weakest. It
Yeah,
just
Snake-
means
Yeah,
less
the
played.
snake is up there. The snake's 6-1.
No,
Like, that's-
absolutely. But historically, right, when the season started and we saw from those first bunch of series, the Byleth and the Ike, I think, are confirmed really at the top of his list of strong characters. And the Isabelle has maybe fallen a little bit. The Snake has taken that place. But still, you have a pick between two of your strong characters, and it's like
Yeah.
Team Waka staring down another nightmare blunt rotation of who he's got to play against.
I want him to get this K rule in a good spot. I want him. The K rule, I believe, is the highest, or the first pick he took in. No, Captain Falcon was. That's right.
Mhm.
I know K rule was high in the draft for him, and I want him to get him kind of in the rotation. I think he's shown potential. It is 3-7, but that's the second most wins on any character on his team. I think he can get that K rule to the rotation. I think he's shown a lot of promise. And just as I say that, I think now is a good time to bring him out because, I mean, you have the Incineroar, yes, but against the Isabelle, a good recovery is always useful, and Incineroar doesn't have one of those.
Yeah, I mean, right
Yep.
here, you're just really looking out for, is that bucket going to come out? And, how tough is it going to be? Is here on Dreamland. I think this definitely favors the K rule. He's got a plenty good recovery. And, of course, going into the Isabelle.
He can use it again! I didn't know that. I didn't think about that. I thought once she had the ball, whatever you want to call it, he couldn't use it again, but
I call it
he
a
learns something new
cannonball.
every day.
Yeah, it's a cannonball, but right now you do have to just watch out for how this stage is going to get controlled by the Isabelle, just dropping rocket after rocket. And of course, once the fishing rod starts coming out, that's going to be another tough element. And he escapes the pineapple just a
Waka.
second too late. And that is a 0 to death on the Isabelle with a little extra help from Dreamland. I'm still going to say this match is nowhere near over. Of course, a couple good hits from the K rule puts this Isabelle into kill percent. She is, of course, one of those lighter characters on the roster, but of course has a lot of comfort for this Cobalt Guard team. And it is just going to come down to, getting locked and finding your options if you are Team Waka and trying to mount this comeback as a great spot dodge. And out comes the fishing rod. And it really is just bit by bit. Cobalt Guard showing his comfort on the roster and showing just his comfort on the Isabelle. That fishing rod just so tough to deal with. Is going to eat up the cannonball. Going to have that ready to roll. Should still be able to make it back. Isabelle does also have one of those bigger recoveries. Won't quite die.
What an option.
Oh my goodness.
I guess he didn't want to recover because he definitely could have.
I'm not sure. He got caught in an awkward spot. And I think his momentum was just going the wrong
Yeah,
way after
maybe.
throwing that out. And there was some end lag to be had. But still, this is quite the mountain to climb for Waka.
Yeah,
As
this
a
is
big
hard.
grab. That's a big butterfly net onto the K rule.
Wow. All I want to say now is Cobalt must have heard you, Brian, because you said that the snake is taking the place of the Isabelle. I'm going to go ahead and say that Isabelle's looking the best it's been ever. I think I mean, granted, it's against a K rule that's a huge hitbox, and that can be exploited here, especially with the fishing rod. But I mean, this is looking great. He's spacing right. He's not allowing anything with the projectiles.
Now, certainly he can't throw the crown. If I'd keep that shit in my pocket all game. If I
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. That's like such an advantage to just hold that in your pocket and still be able to.
Yeah, hucks it right back at him. I mean,
Throwback and cannonball. It seemed like that really was just what defined it. 2 stocks sent away from the pocket, and of course the rockets doing lots of damage. The quickest game we've seen in this series. It's a clean sweep from the Cobalt guard, and Team Waka just not quite able to get it going this time around.